Formatting your own book as a self-publishing author has never been easier thanks to Atticus. However, there are still some stressful questions that you may be asking yourself as an author, like, what should my book look like? Atticus does a great job of providing you with visual aids and multiple choice layout options where you cannot answer incorrectly. But that doesn't mean that you will know exactly what's working in your genre, your industry, your target market right now. There's another tool which we love over here at Atticus, and that is called Publisher Rocket. This is a Amazon specific research tool to help you set your book apart from all of your competitors and get it in front of your ideal target market as quickly as possible. It has immeasurable benefits, but the one that I want to talk to you about today is how I actually use Publisher Rocket to help me make formatting decisions for my books. So if you aren't quite sure what elements you want to include in the formatting of your book, this video is for you. I'm not going to chat your ear off. Let's just dive right into Publisher Rocket. So when I am researching my book formatting and trying to decide what the best layout for my book is going to be, I use Publisher Rocket as a tool in this process. So how I use this is I come into the category search, and you can see there are all the different categories. These are the main parent categories in Amazon, and then you can dig deeper into each of them. So let's say I am writing a romance. Let's just check out the romance. You can search by Audible, there is Kindle, there are books. I'm going to go and I'm going to search books to start with, and so that I just get the print book view of things. And then I'm going to go into romance. And this gives me all of the different categories that are associated with romance, which are so many. So I can start with the big basics and see what the bestsellers in romance category overall are doing, or I can come and figure out what exactly my book is going to do. So say I'm writing a time travel romance, and this is the perfect category for my book, and I want to find out what other really popular books in this category are doing in terms of their formatting. So what I'll do now is click this link, and that is going to open up to Amazon. And this is the bestsellers page for the books department, romance category, and it is the time travel specific location. So all of these books are the best selling books in this particular category. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open a few of them in their own tab. If there are any that particularly appeal to me that I feel like are very specific to the type of book that I'm writing, I will choose those. If there's any that really doesn't feel like that, looks like the kind of book that I'm writing, then I might skip a few of them. Maybe I want to check out a series, that sort of thing. It's a great idea to check so I know this book is going to be a really popular, traditionally published book, as opposed to some others that may be something like this, maybe a very popular book, but maybe independently or self-published. It's a good idea to kind of check a variety of them. And I also like to scroll down and say, check out some of the popular ones. Like this has 10,000 reviews, but it's only number 47 in this category. This book is still selling amazingly well, but it's a little bit lower. But I want to see how these books are formatted as well. So now I've got a good selection here. I'm just going to go into each of the pages and either click on the Kindle or the paperback version if there is one. And I'm going to read a sample. And I'm going to see what Amazon is going to show me about this book. I'm going to pay particular attention to the things that I might be able to reproduce in my formatting. So this is the ebook version. So I might pay attention to what pages they've included in their front matter. They've got a newsletter sign up. So I might take note of how this is set up and maybe see if I can't model this They've got their title page here. They've got a map. These are all elements that I want to, put in the back burner of my brain to see, does that fit with my book? Is that something that maybe I should think about doing as well? And then I'm going to get into the content. This looks like a little dedication, and then they have their chapter starting. So I'm going to pay attention to what their formatting looks like, maybe the chapter layout, if they've included any images, all of that kind of stuff. They've got a seam break in here. Pay attention to what that looks like. And I'm just going to go through what Amazon is willing to show me as a sample. This is a great example of what you can see is a fairly simple EPUB that is selling incredibly well. And it just proves that you don't have to pull out all of the bells and whistles in all of the books that you do, but pay attention to what is working for other people and apply what works for you in relation. So let's do another, and let's see if we can check out some paperback versions. So this one does have a paperback version that I can do the read a sample from as well. So if I scroll through this version, this is going to give me exactly what it looks on the page, except of course it will say copyrighted material in the preview here, but it shows exactly what they've included, including their publisher information, what their copyright page is going to look like. They've got their dedication page. You may have noticed in the EPUB version, it is reflowable content, so there weren't specific page breaks. But when you're working in Atticus, you will have separate pages for each of your books. And when it goes to export, the EPUB is automatically going to reflow all your content, whereas the print book will keep everything nicely situated on its pages exactly as you preview it. So again, this is just a sample, but we get a nice view of how they have formatted their book. So they've got their prologue, they've got a timestamp here, they've got some nice blocks of text. They don't have a lot of bells and whistles. Once again, there's not a lot of decoration included here. They've got an acknowledgement page at the end. These are all things that I want to take note of. And I do recommend you go through quite a few versions. Check out their Kindle version, check out the paperback version, look at whatever Amazon is going to show you and see what makes sense to model and apply in your own book. And now, as mentioned, I checked out some of the kind of the further down the list on this category. But as you can see, like this book is still selling amazingly well. This is one of a series. So if I wanted to check out the sample here, you can see what this one is formatted like as well. So again, very simple. Just because you can do a lot of really exciting things in Atticus doesn't always mean that you need to. So that is the Kindle version. Let's check out the comparison with the paperback version here. And let's take a scroll through. And you can see, again, they've got a nice drop cap, but otherwise they've got it fairly simple. So you can see even little things like they've got their page number at the bottom of the page. Maybe that's something you want to pay attention to. Where do the majority of books in your genre include that? That's all up to you. The reason I really like to use Rocket for this process is that, so even though I have time travel romance book, and this is maybe my main category, I can also go in and look for time travel and see if there are any other categories or related categories. So this is the only one that actually says time travel. But what I can do is go into Insights, and this gives me a See Related Categories option. And now I can see that publishers and authors who are publishing in this time travel genre for romance are also publishing in these genres. So when I'm planning my formatting, I may not just want to look at this one category, but I may also want to look into this historical fantasy category because maybe I have some fantastical elements in my book. And you can go through the same process and see what these books are formatted like. There we go. And then you can see their formatting. So this one is interesting. They've used some interesting formatting. This is unusual here, a little bit different, sets them apart. They've got different parts in their books, which is another thing that you want to be aware of. Is this common in your genre? Is this something that you want to do? Maybe you need to get some inspiration on how it can be done. They've got some chapter images there. Again, they've got their timestamps and their numbers. So all of these are interesting elements in the formatting that I'm going to want to pay attention to when I'm formatting my own book. And again, you're going to want to look at the various versions if they have them to see what the different looks are showing up like. So this looks like it's still the ebook version. Sometimes they don't have, so yeah, this one says we're showing a sample of the Kindle edition because the paperback sample is not available. So just be aware of items like that and just do some fun research. But that is how I will find formatting inspiration using Publisher Rocket, and I use this tool quite a lot to help me format my book and plan how I want things to look. I hope this little exploration into research for the genre that you're working with has brought up some inspirational ways that you can approach formatting in your books. Publisher Rocket is really a tool that I could not live without as an indie or self-publishing author. This video is not sponsored by Publisher Rocket. We're just really, really huge fans. We are affiliates of the program, so if you look below this video, there is an affiliate link. If you don't own the program yet, you may want to use that to get your copy. And if you buy through our link, it will be at no additional cost to you, but it does help out our channel a little bit. I also highly recommend you go check out Kindlepreneur's YouTube channel because there are a myriad of other ways that you can use this tool to improve your market share while you're publishing. So check out Kindlepreneur's YouTube channel, kindlepreneur.com. Of course, we love them. And Publisher Rocket, the link is down below. And now it's time for you to get your own research done and start formatting your next work of art. I wish you all the best with your formatting and publishing, and I will see you again soon.